Welcome back to my Tetris-Like tutorial. Alright, so there were a couple of things that I meant to do in the initial project setup that I forgot in the last one. So if you left the project, then came back in, you probably noticed that the actual level we were working on is no longer the default level. So to change that, we got to go into project settings, maps and modes. Editor startup map. We want Tetris-Cube game. Yeah, I think that's what we called it. So that's editor startup and then game default. I think I want those to be the same. Okay, so when I hit play, yeah, we're still on this thing. But if we close the project and reopen, let's see if it does it. Perfect. Okay, so we're back. We hit play. We got our UI back. Wonderful. All right, so then the other thing is revision control. So connect to revision control. Want to go to git, add a git ignore. Current project is not contained in a git repository. Yep, fine. Add a basic readme. Tetris-Cube, developed with Unreal Engine 5. Tetris-Like tutorial. Developed with Unreal Engine 5.3. Add a git attributes file. I don't know what that is. Make the initial commit. All right, accept settings. Failed to enable git revision control. You need to initialize the project as a git repo first. Okay, I thought it would actually do that for me, but that's no problem. We'll go over to our project folder. We want to go up, right click, open in terminal. We're in the proper project folder, git init. So we should have, we click in here, a .git. Wonderful. If you don't have that command, you may need to install git. I just use git for Windows, I think is what I installed. I'm not sure if that comes packaged with Windows anymore. It didn't used to be, but since then I've changed to Windows 11 and things might have changed. I don't know. It's been forever. But I've had it installed for a while. All right, so now let's accept settings. Connection to revision control was successful. All right, so I use source tree. Some people don't like it. You can use whatever you want, whatever your git preference is. Let's browse. We're in Tetris-Cube already. We'll select folder, then add. 10 megabytes. Shouldn't our git ignore have taken care of that? We do indeed have a git ignore. I thought I saw it in there. Or just .git. Oh yeah, there it is. Git ignore. Okay, so apparently this first one's pretty big. I don't remember it being like that. Whatever. We'll just call it init commit. And then later, I think I might make this open, or at least open to fork. I don't know if I really want to take like pull requests and things like that. But since it is a tutorial, yeah. All right, so now with that out of the way, I think we can start working on the C++ side. converting some of these blueprints over now that we have them. All right, so contents, let's add no, that's engine C++ classes. Since I created a C++ project, I expected there to be a C++ folder here, but I don't remember if I had to create that myself. So let's just make one. Port game to C++. Maybe it's up here. It's been a while since I had to do this. Okay, one moment while I figure it out. Aha, found it. Okay, so it's under tools, new C++ class, all classes. I want a user widget. All right, next. Okay, so we'll call it, what did we name this other one? It's hidden. Blueprints, HUD. We called it Tetris-Cube, HUD widget is correct, right? Tetris-Cube, HUD widget. Perfect. All right, and then we want it to be public. Create class. Fantastic. All right, so now here's where things get a little interesting. Let's over to blueprints. Open up the widget again. All right, so the idea is that these names here are actually going to be the variable names for the C++ class. Now, where this gets a little complicated is you kind of have to look at the actual code itself to know the engine code itself to know what these things are so that you can declare them. So I had to go through one by one. I clicked it. Click to open this source file in Visual Studio. Click. There we go. All right, so it's called a I'm assuming it's UCanvas panel. All right, this can be public canvas panel pointer. We need, so if you hover over, it'll show you it's under components, everything after the /public. So components canvas panel.h. Actually, let's just forward declare it. Canvas panel, and then we'll call it I think just canvas panel. Maybe something more descriptive. HUD widget canvas panel. Yeah, that sounds good. Why not? Put that in here. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing for overlays. And I'll come back once I'm finished adding all of these. Okay, we're all set. So I almost forgot, you need the U property, the meta bind widget. I went through and I found all of the names of the different things that I was using. So 3 vertical boxes. I forward declare them up above, and then I'm declaring the pointers down here. The last thing I want to do, before I forget, So I changed the default text on these because what these are going to display is the time in the slice. Right now, I've been having it be 10 seconds per slice, and so this will be the countdown. And then the current slice will be whatever one you're working on, 1 through 10, I think is what it was set at. So I just updated the default text to match that, and I compiled it. All right, but anyway, so I added all of these new properties. I forward declared them, and then I added the header files that I found by hovering over, like I showed in the beginning. I added the header files to the actual C++ class itself. So the last thing I need to do is I need to create functions to actually set these. These should probably be private, and then we'll have public setters. So it'll be void, we'll go set timer text. I think it's gonna, yeah, it'll probably take a float. Call it, we'll just call it time and stay generic. All right, so probably don't want to do force inline. So yeah, we'll just close that off, and then we'll do one for set active slice text. All right, so right click, create declaration. Create declaration. All right, so we have the text blocks. So we have timer text, oops. I think set text. You know what? IntelliSense isn't helping me here. I think I might be missing a module. Might fail out. Not engine. What the build? Build. Yeah, okay. So we need to add, I think it's UMG. Okay, so in order to get this to work, let's save all. I think I have this set up to just, save automatically. What we need to do, let's close the editor, save all these, and then we need to go to not Cubomino, we want TetraCube. All right, so since we added a new module, we're gonna have to rebuild these. And in order to do that, you just go into your project file. So Unreal Projects, TetraCube. I like to delete the workspace, save intermediate binaries in VS Code, and then hit delete. And then go to your U project. If you're in Windows 11, you probably have to go to Show More Options, and then generate Visual Studio project files. So then once this finishes, it'll recreate our VS Code workspace. So we're here now. Okay, yeah, so all these red squiggles are gone now. Excellent. Close this out. So if we go Control-Shift-B again. I need, not Android, Win64. I think I want development build. Now this might actually throw an error because I think this needs data passed in. Okay, function does not take 0 arguments, but it did find the function, so that's progress right there. Now, this takes in f text. So let's look at f text functions we have as currency, as date, as number. Sounds right. I did a control left click. As number, yeah, it takes in a float. Outputs an f text. I think that should do it. Let's close this. So we'll take the time as number and put the float. Cut this, paste this here. All right, so let's build again. This is all new. This is the thing that was erroring out. Okay, so it liked that, so that's fine. All right, and then not timer text, we want active slice text. And instead of time, we want div slice. Here, copy this. Set. And then it's still going to be a float, still taking a number, pass it in, and then that should update it. All right, so let's build again. Okay, now since I closed the editor, I'm going to have to open that back up, but I'm just going to open that from the U project here. Yes, it's going to ask you to rebuild them because we deleted all that stuff. So this may take a moment. All right, we're back in editor. Dismiss this, kick off live coding, make sure that it's, yeah, okay, so everything was rebuilt, so that's good. Back into content browser. So now we'll go into the actual widget itself again. Let's dock this up here. Now, go into graph. Yeah, so under graph, there's class settings. And then for parent class, we're going to change this to, what do we call that? Okay, yeah, and so we don't need this anymore. Delete that. Yes, delete folder C++. And then when you add the initial one, it creates the C++ classes thing. So down in here, all right, we called it Tetracube HUD widget. So Tetracube HUD widget. Go back to the designer. Let's compile. All right, no errors. It didn't even flicker though, so I'm not sure it compiled. Let's change something, then change it back. We'll go into top vertical box. So you know what? Here's a good way to check. So if I change the actual name of it, then compile. Okay, so it was it is reparented. That's good. And since I changed the name so it no longer matches what's in the C++ class, I get this required widget binding top vertical box. Top vertical box. Add the X back in, recompile, and that goes away. All right, perfect. All right, and then let's kick this off. All right, we're still getting our HUD. Yeah, but that's still coming from blueprints. We can save this. You know what, this video is getting kind of long. I think in the next video, I'll cover the HUD, move that into C++, and then move this blueprint code into C++ next. All right, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.